I just had the coolest and singularly weirdest experience ever. I don't know if you could call that a dream. It was not in this realm, but it could have been at some point, I guess. It's weird. Just fucking badass though. Like to the point I woke up like really still looking for the key in my hand. Like I didn't even know where it went. It was so neat. Okay, so I was in like this whole other world, right? And I guess I don't know how I was getting around. It was weird. I wasn't walking. It felt more like rollerblading, minus the actual act of rollerblading. You know what I mean? So, wings, I guess, I don't fucking know. But that's beside the point. So, I remember I was listening to the information, whatever. It was almost like radio, you know? And there was an announcement of some, like, badass boat, right? Was going to be out at this certain place. And that they were looking for a certain vehicle, right? And I remember being aware of, like, why are they looking for me? Why are they? That's mine. Why are they looking for me? And I'm like, I'll one up them. I want to see who it is, right? It's crazy. It was really fucking cool, though. It was really, really cool. Look, I ain't even had my cigarette yet, okay? I wouldn't have been out. Damn. Anyway, it was nuts because in my car, it wasn't a car. It was like this. It was almost like a Raptor. You know what I mean? Like a dune buggy, Raptor. But it was a car. I think it's badass. And it changed, right? Like it would change colors. Oh, that's not the new now, I guess. Get cars to do all kinds of weird shit now. But I remember I had parked it. Like I went picked it up somewhere, and it was funny because in order to drive it, you had to actually be consciously aware of what you wanted it to do. 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And I just remember like there were moments where I would tell it to shift, not like when I do here. Like if somebody else is driving a standard car, I can tell them how and when to shift, even if I've never driven it. I've actually taught a few people how to drive that way, right? Um, but I would like tell it to, but I would like shift the entire driving terrain. I guess I was changing the car as it was driving, right? And I get off into these. They weren't swamps. They weren't bogs. I mean, like it was like this beautiful, like all these waterways were like built specifically by God. I guess I don't know how to explain it, guys. I mean, 333. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I just know it. And it was crazy because I parked it where I parked it was like I backed it in, right? And I grabbed my phone and everything, and I grabbed the bars, the roll cage, and jumped out of it, and I took off. It was like fucking Cinderella or some shit. I was wearing a dress. I was running barefoot through all this shit, like trying to get away from it before anybody saw me, because nobody seen me pull down there, park it, right? I didn't want anybody to find it. And then it was like Sailor Moon at the same time, because when I went 421, when I went to get back in it, I was like, oh shit, what I do the key? And I stuck my hand up on the ignition and it wasn't in there. But then when I pulled my hand off and looked down, the key was folded in on itself, almost like a ring, sitting in my hand. And I was like, okay, good. That's what I thought. Which is weird. That's God. Who knows, right? I bet somebody knows. I bet somebody knows. Anyway, I remember I had to have my phone with me. I bet it was on one of my earbuds. Because I remember taking him out and reaching down for it. It's crazy. But anyway, so I seen the boat that was looking for me. And then I realized whoever was driving it seen me too. I was like, ah, crap. Now they know I'm down here. So I just remember that thing riding by me going, dang. That thing's fucking badass. Like, what the hell? That's badass. I just remember like the transmission that I got to begin the whole thing. The information that came downloaded with it, man, was all these little bits of informations about the boat, who had it, who was looking for what they were looking for, or why they were looking for it. It was really pretty though. I like that boat. The boat's really pretty. It's badass. Looked like a giant fucking swan for real. But it was huge. The boat was massive, right? Especially to be riding around in them little bitty channels. Anyway, kudos to the driver. And I'm just saying, float that boat. Just saying. Anyway, love you guys.